If you want to go fast,
Go alone.
if you want to go far,
Go together.
No matter what aspect of life we're talking about, teamwork usually has major benefits. For example, sports teams, businesses, and even just going through life, teamwork is very important. Your friend group, it takes teamwork. Businesses, they use systems of teams to convey information and run a successful business. And sports, especially, if you don't have a good team and good team culture, you have nothing.
There's 3 key benefits of working with the team. Number 1, the speed. With one person, it's going to move a lot slower than if we had 2 people working on one project. 2, this builds mental strength. When we're talking and interacting with people all day, we learn more about ourselves and other people. 3, this provides emotional support. When we have a problem, obviously talking to other people is going to help us. They're going to support us, just like when we were a child and our mother helped us out. It's the same thing.
You could be the most talented person in any room, but if you're doing it all alone, you're gonna hit a wall. The reason teamwork is so important to increasing your productivity is because you have multiple people working on the same thing. It's kind of basic knowledge, but 2 is better than 1. You have 2 people working on one project, you're having double the brain power going into that. Relay races are a great example of this. You could be the fastest runner in the world, but if you don't have a good team surrounding you, you're not going to win the race. We have to surround ourselves with people that set us up for success. You could be great at something, but if you're not surrounding yourself with a good team, you're going to end up eventually failing. The baton handoff is a very important part of the race. Just because you can run super fast doesn't mean that you can hand that baton off efficiently. This relates to what we're doing as a team. We can all be very good at aspects, but we have to work well together. And this is ultimately what's going to speed our progress up. Just as handing that baton off accounts for seconds in a race that are super valuable, surrounding ourselves with good teammates that are going to push us forward and work with us effectively is what's going to propel us to progressing further.
When we work on something by ourselves, we can determine every single factor of what happens. If it's ours, we're doing whatever we want to it. Nothing can come in between us doing that. That is the sacrifice that we think we make when we work with other people. That's not what we are actually doing. All we're doing is opening it up to multiple minds. We all think differently, but are usually towards the same thing. If we have one person stuck on an issue, it's usually just a switch in perspective. Someone else who has had a completely different life and looks at things differently will change everything in a second just because of the way they look at it. It doesn't mean they're smarter or better. It just means they have a different perspective. Teamwork builds mental strength. It's not always about just being stronger and constantly pushing through. It's understanding when we must give some of these responsibilities and our stress to someone else, to lean on them so they can understand us and help us.
Now, Navy SEALs go through a very vigorous process called Hell Week. During this week, they become some of the most mentally tough and disciplined people in the entire world. Just because you're the strongest guy going into Hell Week doesn't mean you're going to be the one who survives. The person who's going to survive Hell Week is the one who surrounds himself with the strongest and toughest team possible. This is because teammates who refuse to let you quit build your mental toughness. And when you guys coordinate as a team and grow as a team, you build a mental toughness that is unmatchable. Through the struggle, they build discipline and mental toughness that is reinforced by others.
Another example is rehab. Whether we've known someone, seen people, seen it on TV, any entertainment, we know what it's like, and it seems that there's a pattern. It's always a group of people that are going through the same kind of thing. This is because they can understand each other, help each other, motivate each other. It also makes you feel that when you're failing, you're not just failing yourself, but you're failing a whole group of other people that believe in you and rely on you. Teamwork provides emotional support. We've all worked a job or even talked to people that have worked jobs, and the thing that usually decides whether they like it or not is the people that they work with. A bad job can usually be turned into a good job if the people that you work with are great to you and just great people. And even if you're making a lot of money, if these people are going to be rude to you every day and unhappy, it's usually not going to be a job that you like. A great example of this is first responders. They're people that sacrifice a lot every single day. They go through the same mental pains, thinking of things, seeing things. A big factor in how they get through it will be leaning on the people they work with, the people that experience what they experience, that can understand them, that can truly help them out with what they're going through and not just leave them to their own mind. When you haven't gotten to a point where you're completely comfortable in your own mind, teamwork is really what's going to elevate the way that you're feeling and comprehend your own thoughts if you can't do it yourself.
For people that aren't first responders, which is a lot of you, another way to relate to this is through sports. When you experience a loss in a championship game or maybe even just a track meet and you don't hit your personal best, it's hard. Having a team around you to lift you up and support you going through that loss, people that know and have experienced what you are feeling, is going to really help you mentally up here because they can understand, they can relate, and it helps you go through these tough emotions that you feel when you do go through these hardships. That's the thing about teams and teamwork. They're not only there for your biggest accomplishments and wins, they're there to lift you up after your greatest losses and when you're feeling like you're at your lowest.
What we can conclude is that we are stronger together. Always have been, most likely always will be.
I'm sure you know your people, your team, your friends, the people who you surround yourself with. Grow each other up. Become the best that you can be together. Winning is great.
But winning together,
That's next level.